Okay, ladies and gents, we just had a conversation about noobs. I'll kind of shed some light on what we were discussing here in a second, but we got a 1v1 game in Low Elo Legends, and we've got some fun names and some fun civilizations that have been around a long, long time. In the blue, we have... CoelacanthSharpener. Okay, playing as the Vikings. It is a water map. Vikings could be useful here, so that's pretty cool. In the red, we have BattleOoze, which sounds like a... You know what it sounds like? It sounds like a weird like pre-workout or like endurance type of product. Are you tired after a long day at work when you go for your run? Try BattleOoze, filled with the most nutritious ingredients and can give you energy right away. Anyways, I'm weird today, or every day. I apologize. But yeah, we got the Turks, the civilization that can do a lot with gold, and then not so much without it. So that's one thing to consider here. The map is Baltic. What if BattleOoze is actually a product? The map is Baltic, and I didn't turn off my mod that changes the fish. So actually, that's a little bit too much. I think what we'll do, since it's low elo, is we'll actually just remove the mods anyways. And now the trees are big, and you guys probably feel at home for low elo. And on Baltic, you have lots of fish, which you can use for your economy, which you should absolutely consider doing. But also controlling the seas allows you to do quite a few things as well. Fun fact about this map. So they did something with it, and I think it's bugged here, which is not something I've seen now all the time. So you normally have 5 relics on Age of Empires maps. There's 2 on each side here. There's 1, 2, 1, 2. Okay. In other generations, I've seen that they have started to generate the relic onto the ice island in the middle. And that is an intentional change that they did like over a year or 2 ago, and it's quite nice. I don't know where the relic is. The relic's not there, so I'm guessing that maybe it is at the bottom of the ocean now. We might need to send a diving expedition out there later on. Could be, due to the ice melting, that it just didn't have any ice to sit on that anymore. But so a 4 relic map and not a 5 relic map here in this game. We've had the no lumber camp start here for red, and he's just ready to ooze all over the battle. Got his berries, he's got his sheep, and he's done a good job keeping his villagers producing thus far. But on this side, we have a player who maybe has heard me talk about it for years, about the importance of adding fishing ships. So we do actually have a dock here from blue. But there's a key thing, okay, guys? So I'm just going to keep it basic for you, because I don't want to overcomplicate your lives. You skip the mill, and you want 4-2-5 on wood. Blue has the right idea, but blue doesn't have the wood for a fishing ship. Blue didn't, get the timing right on the house. Again, to keep it simple, do your traditional start with 6 or 7 on food, put 4 or 5 on wood, then make the dock. The mill comes later, after you have fishing ships. And the importance of fishing ships is that the dock is another economic building, okay? So your TC can only produce villagers at a certain rate. So you're stuck. Even if you're doing it perfect, you're just stuck. If the dock is also producing fishing ships at the same time, you're maximizing your economy. So that's kind of the way to look at it. Now, we have not seen red show any interest in docking. And red has located the water there. So sometimes you don't see docking at all. Other times you see lots of it. I don't think we're going to see Navy in the middle, at least in the early game, but it'll just be there for fishing. But yeah, red is played incredibly clean. In fact, like 7 seconds of TC idle time, sub 600 elo. Even the board timing's really good too. I'm a little worried for blue right now. So, question, could someone tell me what blue's name means? Someone said something about like prehistoric bones or something, and then I missed it. When I looked at blue's name, it was clear to me that The first word is something, but I have absolutely no clue what that is. I apologize. It's a fish? Oh, really? Is it a prehistoric fish then? Because I saw the word prehistoric. It's an ancient but not extinct fish lineage. Ooh, interesting. How does that... How can you sharpen that, though? Is it a smart fish? Oh, that fish is sharp. Okay, it's an ancient group of lobed-finned fish in the class... Oh, God. Akinstia. As sarcopterygians, they are more closely related to lungfish and tetrapods than to ray-finned fish. Got it. Well, anyways, I'm sure you guys know this, but I was just testing you all to make sure that you paid attention in school. So I obviously knew that because I always paid attention. Thank you for the info, though. BattleOoze has located the ancient group of lobed-finned fish that is very sharp on this side. Blue, I just noticed Blue's finally thinking ahead here on the house thing because it was just a consistent cycle of, I forgot a house, make a house, go back to work. Oh, God, I forgot a house again, make a house, go back to work. Blue finally did a little bit of preemptive housing here. Red's in Feudal already. Red's going to be making fishing ships, and Red is living the dream. But now there's a lot of villagers that need a job. And Red also needs houses. And, well, this gets a little bit more awkward for Red, too. Blue, meanwhile, has 4 fishing ships working. And I don't think Blue's going to be too upset about being late to Feudal. You said you were only reading books in school and never listened to the teacher. Well, no. I was also playing video games in school and sleeping and just forgetting everything that I was taught. But yes, I was that kid who would read novels during English class and get yelled at. Yes, believe it or not. So I don't think Red's paying attention to this right now, but he will see that Blue is docked. You really want to venture out and find the deep fish because fishing ships collect faster from deep fish. It's still an extra economic unit, though. If you're on the shore fish, that's not too bad. We have no military buildings for either player. I think this will be a pretty long game. And scouting has been pretty good from both of them. Blue, however, just now heading to the other side to try and find the enemy. And Red is definitely auto-scouting. So this scout is going to scout everything, which is why Red's scout is so high and why his scouting is so thorough. I would highly suggest that here if you're already struggling with the other aspects of the game. How dare you practice reading in an educational environment? Well, I mean, to be fair, I mean, I really should have paid attention to my teacher, but I was, I don't read too much these days. I'm trying to get back into it, but back then I was really into reading. I'm one of those people that if I get into a good book, I like finish it immediately and I just like stop everything else. I have no balance with it whatsoever. And that was me for a year or two in high school. Still no feudal age for Blue. However, Blue will probably have the resources for Castle Age by the time feudal age arrives because the food income is just crazy. In fact, if you look at resources collected, you could see Blue is ahead. I think you could make strong arguments that the food collected is actually going to be higher for Blue as well. Because we've got 7 farms versus 0 farms. And then you've got 5 fishing ships working. But then again, Red is going to add fishing ships here. Red has added fishing ships here. And Red is also adding more fishing ships here as well. Red went from 0 docks to 4 docks. Dang. Apologies for all the dinging, by the way, because every time I click a dock, there's a ding. Anytime I click a ship, there's a ding. Anytime I click a different type of ship, another ding. Another ship, it's a ding. Always a ding. Never a dong. Stone walls on the flanks is such an important strat on this map because you don't want anyone to sneak. What's actually even more fun is to walk through, then finish the wall, and then sneak yourself. But Red's not going to do that. Oh, what? Do they both have the same idea? No way.
What's up, dude? How you doing? Not bad.
What? Now, I think Blue wants to wall, but I'm not so sure Oh, let's go. Running to the corner of the map. He's got a mallet in his hand. So I assume he wants to build, but he could be tasked to anything. And Red thinks, I'm safe. I've got fish. I'm going to have water control too because I'm making Navy. And that villager could change the game. We need to name him. We need to name this villager after a man who would study fish. I actually know some men who are in the marine biology field. But I'm not going to use those names because their names are kind of just bang on average, you know? Not interesting enough. And I could say that because they're my friends. No, he's not Magic Johnson. No, his name is not Magic Johnson. Diego? Yeah, maybe. I know that's your name, Ozone, so I feel bad for saying no. Red is like, I'm so safe. I've got a tower. I'm going to make a barracks here. I'm making Navy. Like, I'm a beast. Auto Scout hasn't scouted this yet. Auto Scout hasn't scouted this. This is the last spot for Auto Scout. Okay, we got to pick his name. Okay, we'll go with Diego. Okay, we'll go with Diego. Oh, you freaking kidding me. Now, will Red even notice this? Ah, that is so unlucky. If Red would have scouted that in the early game, this would have never been found. I wonder if Red will notice it. Ah, Diego, dude. I feel bad for you. What are the chances? Auto Scout saving the day right here. And it would be a big save if Red kills that. Red's making military buildings here, though, almost like Red just wants to prep for a potential attack. Yo, thank you very much for the stars. Jamie says, what do you think about them finally bringing it out on the Xbox? So happy, love the game back when it was first out. I think it's been awesome. It's been something that's I've been a bit disconnected from because for community games, the majority are PC players. You know, I'm casting PC players. There have been some exceptions, obviously. So I personally haven't like played on Xbox. I've only watched a little bit on Xbox. It hasn't affected my day-to-day as much, right? But the player base has shot up. More people being able to access and play the game is better for the community. And I think a lot of people have come back to the community because of that. So also, I know they had like some issues here or there, but I think they actually did a really good job on the release. Like, for example, with other patches, the devs just made the game bug-ridden for a very long time. And it's been kind of frustrating on the PC side. Like, expansion releases people have been critical of, for example. But the Xbox release seems like they did a really good job. I didn't hear much negativity regarding the Xbox release. Okay, so market's going to be up. Now, both players have some Navy, but Diego is building a barracks, and we are seeing the Man-at-Arms research there. And that's always good to see. Vikings have great infantry, guys. But I'd like to see Blue go up to the Castle Age here. Has the resources, but can't click up right now, and Red's Navy is raiding the high seas. And okay, Blue, live your dream. He's like, who did that? Die. Wouldn't suggest it, by the way, because demos, you can only use once. It's not really cost effective, but it is really fun and could possibly get in your opponent's head. So I'll give you props for it. You can't make fire galleys as the Vikings. You can only make demos and galleys. And all right, here we go. I don't think anyone's looking at this right now. So we'll see exactly what happens. Looks like fishing ships could go down for Blue. But Blue's massing a lot more Navy right now than Red is. Which is very nice in the long run. Still no Castle Age, though, for Blue, who's just spent all the gold on massing galleys. Okay, so look how Red's playing this, guys. Red isn't ready to attack yet, but Red is going to eventually mass armies in these corners and attack those areas. Red has not, to my knowledge, noticed this, but I wonder if he just did. Because if you're going to place a TC there, you're probably going like this. You're looking at this part of the screen, right? Also, holy market from blue here. And, okay, red just noticed it. Yep. He just noticed it. He's adding the siege workshop, and he's bringing the spearmen over to investigate. This could be the end for Diego, but he has 2 man-at-arms friends here to protect him. And Diego's a beast. Look how aggressive he is. He's fighting back. There's now going to be more men-at-arms, and this could be really annoying for red. Now, if this is a competitive game, I'd talk about how, in this moment, blue could be using the navy and dominating everywhere else. But I think we know that blue is not able to dominate everywhere else at the same time. They're both probably just looking at this. And the TC is going to get denied, and Diego's still fighting. Diego, hide. Your people need you to survive. He's leading the way. He's like, we ran out of armor, so I shall fight with my fists. Ah, come on. Have a heart. Well, that was not intentional from red, but he sniped the villager. That's huge now because, you know, it can't be any more buildings than just the 2 barracks. Still, though, in the end, and I'm very sad that Diego has died, this is probably worth the sneak and has put red in an awkward position. Now, red's producing a lot of villagers, which is kind of a worrying sign for blue because we don't know if blue's going to do that yet. And red still has had lots of fishing ships, which may or may not be killed. We'll see. Micro from red using the siege. Okay, micro with the camel. Micro, good. Scorpion, mango, bam, splat. TC fire, could work, maybe, no. Camel's dead, villager. Garrison, maybe. I don't even think blue's looking at this right now. Revenge for Diego. Villager's got food in his hands. Don't let him deliver it to his people. They don't deserve it. Okay, villager's now running. And survives. I think. No more production from blue out of the barracks for the time being. Spearman is poking down the Scorpion and the Mangonel, which is kind of funny to me. And we have a big old navy here from blue. Something red might be really scared about in the long run. Spearman kills the Scorpion and is going to get the revenge for Diego. That's huge. Yep, very nice damage. And it makes red panic, right? Like, red can't stick to his plan in the same way anymore. Now, blue is 23 galleys in queue. I think you might need a few more docks here, blue. Oh, yeah, maybe a few more lumber camps as well. Okay. Don't tell me this spearman's going to kill this mangonel. There's no way. No, it's not going to. Okay. Okay. So, you know, for blue, you could tell he loves the water control. He also hasn't forgotten about this corner yet. If I were red, I would consider sieging this down right away, but red just figures, he's done. That's all he's got. He's a weakling. He has no faith in his opponent can do anything against him. Resources collected, pretty darn close. Strategically, this game has been really good. This has been one of the better low elo games we've done in a long time. Because red's idea was solid. Wall the sides, boom up. And blue's idea was solid. Sneak, and then also go for the water. Obviously, though, like, red's still fishing like crazy. And half of red's fishing food eco is actually just the fish. So that's a concerning thing to see. But blue doesn't know that. The blue will drop a castle here on the shoreline. Yeah, here comes the AI army if I've ever seen one. Camels, cav archers, skirmishers, archers. And it's going to go for the barracks that Diego built. Now, another thing I need to bring up here, just as general tips, okay? If you are in blue's position and you've done all this, you need to make sure you wall behind so the enemy can't just run through to your base. I think red's about to kill his own camel here in a second. But okay, red has brought a variety of units over. But blue now knows that that's where the opponent is focused. We're going to see siege workshops over here from blue. Red still fishing in the middle. Oh, boy. But that tells me there's not a lot of farming eco for red. Eventually, he's going to need farming eco, right? And if he needs farming eco and he hasn't really planned it out because the food income has been so good, that could be a problem. Oh, God. All right. Well, oh, wait. Oh, who wins? Photo finish. Ah, the boar wins. It looks like the boar won more than once over here. I guess it's the same for blue. Blue's got 15 farms, though, so that's still really nice. And blue is imping. Red is getting the war galley upgrade. Does know about this castle here because it looks like blue killed a fishing ship. And war galley upgrade would mean you can upgrade your ships. Barracks is now down. Again, rip Diego. And, oh, we've got some nonsense happening here. And this might actually have blue bring all the galleys home. If blue notices that, actually. I don't know. Kind of funny. The fire is currently trying to hit the villagers, but it's hitting the dock. You could tell by the angle, because it'd be facing more this way if it was trying to hit the dock. Yep. So now blue knows. So blue might look for something to go kill that. Blue's making a lot of ships. Not sure if we'll see more upgrades, though. Red will be an imp as well. And red is going to find this castle to be very annoying, I imagine. But red researched war galley. That's not something blue's researched. So I don't know if blue knows about that. Fire ships will still go down. The galley mass is decent enough. And Bodcanero's in. A good job from blue. Red has so many units. Red is so many. Loyola Legend definition at this point is just making lots of units. Big old variety. I like how this TC still hasn't been finished. They're like, well, the guy who was going to live there is dead, so we can't just move in. You know, we got to sign a bunch of paperwork first. We got to get our lawyers to contact his family's lawyers, and depends on what the will said. And hey, war galley. There we go. Yeah, good luck, red. That is... Blue's level of commitment to C is way more than I've seen from a sub 600 ELO player. This is crazy. Even Bracer? He's not forgetting the blacksmith upgrades for it. Nice farms there, friend. Oh, okay. TC there, though? Okay, that's good. I like these types of games, guys, because the Navy control can accomplish a lot, but it can also only accomplish so much. If all the docks go down for red, let's say, notice there's not eco here. You'll be able to take out buildings, but you're not taking out economy, and red could still run in at any point. Blue's biggest flaw right now is having not walled the sides. Because you can't even see if your opponent's going to run through. You're just assuming they won't. You had the idea. If anything, you gave them the idea. So you need to make sure that you have some walls there. This will be a relic eventually here for red. These two old bald men were actually fighting over that, because you get to retire once you take a relic to the monastery. And he's like, I've been doing this for 78 years. And he's like, well, I've been doing it for 76. That's enough. This is funny to me, though. Look at what red is making. Red is making transport ships. Is red going to transport around his own walls? No, okay, he made a gate here, so he's going to run through. It's actually making a castle here, which could end up being denied. Can this villager be ranged, though? I don't think so. All right, that villager will actually be able to complete it. The other one... Oh, wait. Huh? I don't know. You've got the tower, though. You got the random fire galley or two. All right, castle's denied. That's a lot of range. And red is through. Red is on the third line of units created. Holy cow. What is he missing right now? A spearman? No, he's got spearmen. Has he gone full tech tree? He's got fishing ships. I'm trying to think of what he's missing. I guess he's missing a scorpion. And there might be something else after that. This is kind of funny. These two are just having a chat. The forbidden love. And does Blue see this? No, Blue doesn't see it. Blue could see the fishing ships. Blue's just focused on the Navy, like we said. Nice fish trap, right there on the, right in the grass. I personally found that fish are more plentiful in grass, so I always go over there. He's missing scouts as well. Oh, true. So the Hussar line. Okay, so Red transports over. And he now has a cannon galleon. He's going to bring rams, a skirmisher, a two-handed swordsman, and a janissary. Oh, God. Okay, Ram's going to... Okay, Ram is now down. Now, Blue is super fixated on all this. Blue might not have noticed this yet. Nice move from Red. Red's also attacking here with the camels. So the good old-fashioned camel raid on the farm. We have more units running in, and I don't think Blue can keep up with this. I just think there's too much happening. Like, oh, Blue's trying to wall! Blue realized I need to wall it fast, but it's too late. It's too late for you, fish man. You should have walled before. Well, actually, it's not too late. You could do it real quick. This is a problem, though. That's, I guess, kind of a problem. This is a big problem, though. Cannon Galleon was a really good decision from BattleOoze. The best type of ooze for runner's energy. No, anyways. Still got to look that up, make sure I'm not promoting some actual company. But, yeah, I mean, this is the best move from him. I did see that Blue was getting infantry techs earlier, so I was thinking maybe there's a chance we see a bunch of infantry to defend from this. But no, I mean, there's even stables through already. I don't know, Blue. Like, you really need to bring Navy over here. This is kind of an issue. I'm just excited that this gives us more time for Red to mass different types of units. Because we're on the third row. I think we lost a unique type. We need more. Oh, wow. Town center. Okay. Well, that doesn't work. That got destroyed. I must not have realized the cannon galleons were there. There's a lot going on. It feels like he's very distracted, and now he's going to bring the Navy. So now he knows. But in the time it took him... Ah! What are you... Ah! Bro! What do you think happened the first time? Okay. He really wants to live there, T90. He really wants the view. Okay. He's still got the res for a lot more town centers, which is a little concerning. His church has gone down. That's not good. He is making some units out of his barracks, though. That's right here. And funnily enough, two-handed swordsman could actually clear everything that Red's making. Because Red doesn't have a lot. I think Blue really didn't want Red to finish his castle. And so far, he's accomplished that. And now his Navy's here. I mean, Red hasn't killed them yet. Blue has 78 villagers. It looks bad, guys. But the Navy can now sit in this choke. So this forward little base is really important to Red. We're not going to name these 3 villagers. Because the last time we named a villager, that villager died. And it still makes me sad just thinking about it. Someone said it, and it's true. Uh-oh, Red's army is down to 2 lines. Oh, no. Just wait till Blue gets to a 2-line army. Then he'll be able to match it. These monks are just hanging out. Just healing the villagers and hanging out. Cannon galleons from Blue. Blue with cannon galleons could take out Red's castle. He could take out the gates. Like, guys, remember when I said Red didn't have a lot of farms? He only has 12 farms. Actually, he has 8 farms. He doesn't have good food eco to make more units. He's not really killing that much. And Blue is massing enough two-handed swordsmen to clear all this. Castle fire will be an issue. I think he's okay. Now, listen, Vikings had pretty crappy cav, but even I made light cav. I went 2 stables in a tournament yesterday with Vikings. When there's a time, there's a place, okay? Sometimes you just need units, which is units and mobility. Obviously, I wouldn't suggest it. Now, this game is moving 5 times faster than these guys are used to right now. So there's going to be a lot more mistakes until they settle down and have time to get techs. Like this, for example. I don't even think Blue realized those units were there until he saw the cannons. And those are going to be expensive cannons down for red, and maybe all the trebs go down as well, and the archers are kind of going down. The camels are not going to be around much longer. I don't know how to call this. We've got a double castle here from Blue on this side. And his navy came right back over. He's like, no, you will not get that castle up. To be fair to him, he doesn't actually know about this castle, so that makes sense. He doesn't know about any of this, which obviously the navy couldn't help with. Red is soon going to be on 1 line of army composition, guys. He's losing a lot. He's going to lose another tile on his line. Also, camels, while they may look cool, they are a counter to stable units. So I don't know if it's because he saw the stables. More than likely, it's because he doesn't really know that. He's making a lot of stuff, and he's going to see what works. Now, gunpowder would be epic. And I know on like a basic noob level, you might think, oh, guns are better than arrows and guns are better than swords. Let's make guns. I thought that once, so that's fine. What Blue really needs is to destroy this castle so he stops focusing on it. And I think he's going to treb it down soon, so that's really nice. Blue's making pikes. Blue's also making cannon galleons, which again, these things can just patrol the seas. And while Blue will still potentially have some big issues here, it could lead to a comeback here. And I think it's fair to say it's a comeback. Blue doesn't have any relics. I think Turks are better than Vikings in late game. And this has been really rough for Blue. But his early economy has allowed him to stay alive in this game. And we'll see. See if he can get some ranged units out in the field right now. He already has all the blacksmith upgrades. So ranged units would be really helpful. Oneville Castle goes up for red. Never a doubt. Always knew that was going to happen. And noticing a lack of wood for Blue. Please, just take this freaking foundation out, man. I wonder if Blue patrols as well. Because what you could do is you just patrol this way, and then they'll slowly take out everything on the way. Speaking of on the way. Dude, I love Low Elo Legends. Look at it. Look at it and tell me this series isn't precious. Let's go, BattleOoze. Introducing BattleOoze. Did anyone Google that yet? I don't know. Okay. More military buildup on this side. I really like the idea of making a town center here, right? So it's not just one person. You're building a family. You're building a whole colony here. There's always new villagers to build buildings, which is important. And, you know, we saw suspects and awkward TC spots earlier from Blue. We're now seeing what I consider to be a rather awkward castle spot, but still probably feels like this is an area I need to protect. And guys, I am just so concerned for Blue because this... Like, what is Blue going to do when the trebs start to take this out? He's probably going to send in the pikes. He's hoping the cannon galleons can range it, which is interesting. Maybe they could if they were elite, actually. He doesn't have that. But I don't see Blue ever having what it takes to push a line of castles here. I wasn't expecting villagers to go. But yeah, I expected this to be a slaughter. Here we go. Castle's still going to go down. Infantry going in underneath castle fire and gunpowder. Trebs may go down. Castle will not stay up. Costly for Blue. Maybe worth it, though, just to stall things out. I'm not sure. First Google hit was a person mad they couldn't change their gamer tag to something other than that on Overwatch. Really? Wonder if it's the same guy. That's funny. Okay. T90, I don't know what you mean when you say patrol towards the enemy. Patrol towards the location and have attack stance on. It will attack anything it encounters on the way. That includes castles, though, so you do need to be careful. Obviously, you do need to pay attention. If it's not working for you like that, it might be the attack stance you have. But any new unit you create will have attack stance as default, so should be decent enough. Trebuchets versus Trebuchet here. We've got bombard cannons here. Blue continues to build buildings right underneath enemy siege and next to enemy military. Does take out the Treb. And almost takes out the bombard cannon. Blue, you've got so much space over here you could build. He's going to try and make scorpions now. Here comes the Navy. Here comes the Navy. Anything that's near the shoreline dies to this Navy. Anything that's on land dies to Red's army. Economies are actually similar. Don't ask me how. Blue's still has tons of resources. Don't ask me how. Blue's actually trebbing the castle from Red. Which, again, don't ask me how. But Red's distracted because the Navy's advancing. Guys, is there a song that was like something Davy in the Navy? Oh, that's Piano Man, isn't it? Sing us a song, you're the Piano Man. Dun, 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 dun. Dun, 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 dun. There's definitely something Davy in the Navy in Piano Man, right? I think that's probably it. Something from Davy, who's still in the Navy, and probably will be for life. Yeah, that one. Okay. Great song. It would be a blessing for Blue to lose the Siege Workshop. You just stop making units out of it. you want to lose this. Still just infantry, produced from this barracks. This very important barracks. And it's been a slaughter. It's been a slugfest. It's been crazy. But now the problem is, even if Blue takes this stuff out, which I'm not sure he will, Red isn't really cut off from producing because Red can, Red has a base here. Red, what I'd like to see from you is I'd like to see you to castle creep. So you have this position. Just solidify it with a castle, right? Just drop a castle right next to all this. Make it that much more difficult for Blue. You are venturing very far away from your units here, sir. Hello. BattleOoze. It feels like this is a regicide game and he's going to kill a king or something. Well, it's working. These little dudes are just wheeling on in wherever they want. And they're killing. And I think Blue is probably slowly feeling like there's no chance now. A counterattack would be epic. Like maybe, Berserk's running through this way and then Red doesn't realize. That would be epic. But it would probably need to happen relatively soon. Elite Berserk. Oh, I want to believe. He still has lots of golden food. I want to believe. He could kill the cannons and the trebs with Berserks. So much better than pikemen. Oh, this is painful. Oh, that's so sneaky. Using the bombard cannons there, and Blue doesn't notice this. Oh, that's really good from Red. Well played. Yeah, because all Blue is looking at is all the death and destruction here. Still making more cannon galleons, though. Like, this guy loves to queue up ships. At this point, what do you think Blue's most created unit was? It could be pikemen. I would guess Galleon would be his most created unit. He's lost, what, 205 units. I think it goes pikemen, then Galleon, then cannon galleon. Not counting villagers, of course. Okay, these villagers are running on by to finish the castle, I think. which, I mean, could just be trebbed down. No ballistics for blue, so he's missing some of the shots. This will get interesting, actually. It's at 76%. And ballistics is on the way now. And berserks are going to attack the vills. There's a lot of vills there. Ballistics won't be in. Will the spearmen distract from the villagers, maybe? No. Yes! No. Okay. 88%. Sorry for the weird noises. Red still continuing to push. Ooh, nice blacksmith check, too. Red said, oh, wait, I forgot about upgrades. Bam, couple upgrades now. I think you're dead, Blue. You just can't do it. There goes Red to finish that castle again. You just can't stop this. You need more army here. Great job from Red. Guys, Auto Scout saved the day. That's probably the title on this one. Auto Scout saving the day. Like, this whole game could have played out so much differently if Red wouldn't have auto-scouted Diego right when Diego made the barracks. It was so fortunate for Red. I'm worried that Blue will never resign and that Blue is just going to sit in the middle with ships for the next 20 minutes. I've seen crazier things. I mean, he could still kind of attack here. But he's down to 31 eco. I mean, Red's at 55, which isn't great. Red probably feels like there's no way I can lose this game right now. This game is so much more fun than Overwatch. Which, again, is the only thing that came up when someone searched BattleOoze. Should trademark the name, man. Caravan! Oh, he canceled it. Okay. He canceled it. Caravan is not a tech you want to research because that makes your trade faster, and you could technically trade in a 1v1 if you found a lone enemy market, but you probably shouldn't. No way Blue's going for a counterattack. No way. This is just classic. Could have tried this so long ago, but only does it after the game is essentially over. I mean, Red's got an army here as well. I think Red might even see the units pass through there when it happens. But hey, I mean, we've seen crazier comebacks. So maybe this could work. Also, how did Red lose this castle? Did he lose it to cannon galleons? I don't recall seeing that castle go down. When was that? How did it die? Oh, Blue got it there. Okay. All right, I missed that. I apologize. I was looking at the castle at the same time. There goes Blue. Mass evacuation. Red's going to take some of this gold. Red's feeling good. There's a lot of cannon galleons in the middle. Blue's massing trebs. Blue really needs houses right now. We even have elite cannon galleon. So Davey definitely knows the Navy here. If all the cannon galleons were here, Red would lose everything. The elite cannon galleon would outrange the bomber cannons. It would be all you'd really need if you're Blue. But what's stronger? 1 elite cannon galleon or 5 cannon boys? The cannon boys wins every time. Blue says, oh no, they found me. I must wall this out. Oh no, run away. Where should we go? What should we do? Let's make a barracks here. And Red's already got some buildings. And this is gonna be bad. This is gonna be bad. And the GG's called from Blue. What a fun game, though. And Blue's like, how do I resign again? I don't know how to do that. Okay, there it is. GG. 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 I kind of already summed it up a couple minutes ago, but I'll sum it up again. That Sneakville, man. I still can't believe that Autoscout just ended up finding it immediately after it happened. Like, that was just ridiculous timing. Blue takes a risk, and he strolls into the back of the enemy's base, knowing that he could potentially get an epic attack. And then Red, where's his scout at right now? Just Autoscout, not paying attention to it. Only spot I haven't really scouted except for the water. And then, like, sees the whole freaking thing. It's one thing if he just runs past the Ville, but he runs past the barracks. And then later on, when he made a TC here, he then saw it on a screen, and that was a big deal. Also, though, I will say, as a general rule, if you sneak, you still have to wall, okay? Because I think blue, you would have been fine, because you would have been able to build up an army, but you didn't have time because your opponent just passed through, and you didn't even have any way of knowing until he was already in your base. Do yourself a favor there. Just wall up the sides as well. And then if you do that, I think we have a very different game. Because any question you might have over blue and how he played this game in like the later stages probably just comes back to the fact he was under a lot of pressure. Obviously, props to BattleOoze and to Autoscout, of course. 85,000 resources collected versus 71,000 resources collected. Nice little 2-to-1 KD. I'm a big fan of the Turks, personally. Like, I feel like just how many fun options they have when they have gold, of course, is just so nice to play with. And again, it didn't get to a point where he was completely out of gold. He didn't need to have skirmishers or pikemen, really, even though he actually had 45 spearmen in the end. And he had good upgrades, too, so well played to him and a good one to watch.